You watched these fellas a couple years ago put a very standard residential garage door in our spec house, and they did great. This company, Roseburg Overhead Door, has always done great for me. I've never been disappointed. But today, the door they are installing is anything but standard for a residential application. It's 14 feet wide and 14 feet tall. This is a project that I am happy to subcontract out. I just would never attempt it. It's not my thing. But for Noah and David, it is just another day at work. Perhaps the biggest key to productivity in construction is staging the work effectively. That means organizing your materials, your tools, and the sequence of your process in a way that reduces effort. It's a big deal. It's one of the biggest deals, and it boosts not just profitability, but morale on the job site also. You see those narrow strips of drywall at the edges of the opening? Now, ordinarily, a garage door is installed after the wiring and the insulation and the sheetrock is all in place. But I needed to close this place up right now, so I just insulated and sheetrocked around the edges of the opening, and we'll just have a couple of extra joints to tape when I'm taping and texturing these walls later on. So the boys are closing in. I had to fly back to the shop and do a little remedial carpentry because I thought I had it ready for them, but it was not quite. But they're flexible, they were able to keep prepping, and I think they're going to have this in probably well before lunch. It's a big door.
5 or more participating items and save $1 each with card. Fred Meyer, fresh for everyone.
It's not your imagination that the operator is not centered on the door. It's not centered because the interior supports in those panels are not centered on the opening. But it doesn't matter, because with that large tension spring at the top, lifting easily on both sides of the door doesn't care where it's lifted from, because it's going to go up. And it doesn't care where it's sent back down from, because it's going to go down without binding.
So these boys have been fighting the good fight, and we're right down almost to a test run. It's going to be on temporary power because Ben hasn't got his electrical work done yet, and that's just fine. But we're just making up the operator up there. John's got that going on. We've got an extension cord running from up there where it needs the energy back down to our temporary outlet right here. So for a while it'll be operated just by plugging and unplugging. But they're going to do a test run here in a second and make sure that all of the switches and the remotes and everything associated with this are online before they turn us loose to cover it with sheetrock or anything else. Very nice. That's pretty quiet for such a big door. Tell me what I need to know about this, Noah.
Well, this is a 3-button remote.
Okay.
We have a single door here, so it's just going to be the top button.
Okay. Just
Press
like
it
that.
It's just to operate. You press it anytime to stop it. Anytime to stop it.
There we go.
Again, it will go down.
There we go. And that'll be operable off of Ben's phone eventually, a Bluetooth arrangement somehow?
Yes.
Nice, that's important to him.
We're just gonna loosen or tighten the chain to see what keeps it from slapping up against the operator rail. Keep it nice and quiet.
So that click, click, click sound was just a chain slapping against the rail?
Correct, yeah.
Put a little slack in it and won't do that?
Yep.
Okay. Heck, I can even hear that's better.
Yeah. Yeah, you gotta really play with them sometimes.
Yeah. Tune them.
Yeah. Especially 14 highs. Did you loosen it or tight? I loosened it. I think it's usually a tight chain slap too much. Yeah. Might need just a hair more too. Next time.
These guys did a great job, didn't take them long, and we're gonna get a lot of satisfaction out of this. How long you been doing this, Noah?
8 years.
8 years?
Almost 8 years.
Almost 8 years. You guys know your moves.
Best of the best.
The best of the best.
Well, with this door in place,
See ya.
I'm going to be installing a couple of windows, taking down some of the scaffolding, and covering up this beautiful green guard building wrap with Louisiana Pacific lap siding. I really hope that this little building series is helpful for those of you who may be thinking about putting together a small shop, maybe in the backyard, or somebody else's backyard for that matter. Thanks for watching Essential Craftsman, and keep up the good work.